Hi, everybody. I hope everyone is well and safe. This is Miss Rhonda from Creative Things. First of all, I would like to thank you for joining in on my YouTube channel. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. To all my subscribers, please continue to subscribe and hit the like button at the end. Right now, I'm going to make some decor for the spring and the summer. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm a beginner at this YouTube channel adventure, but it seems to be coming right along. I'm not going to stop because I know that it will grow and grow and grow. So back to what we're making. Today we're going to start making a summer and spring decor. And I've decided to use and recycle some items that I bought during the Easter time. First, I am going to use these boards. Recycling different things that you buy, you can always use the back of it. These came during Valentine's Day. And because they're so beautiful on the front, I don't want to mess them up. I am just going to use the back. You need 2 of those. You're also going to need a ruler, a pen, Sharpie, something that you can use to paint with. It could be one of these spongy things or a paintbrush. You're also going to need a ruler. You're going to need Waverly plaster paint, which I got at Walmart for a very good price. You're going to need Waverly truffle. You're going to need also from the Dollar Tree decorative nautical rope. Again, a recycled item, which were these little baskets that I bought during Easter that I didn't use. You're going to need one of those because what we're going to do is we're going to unravel it. We're going to take the fixture off so we can get to the basket. You're also going to need scissors, and you're going to need your glue gun. So, let's get started. There's no real prepping. First of all, we need to remove this hanger. Don't throw it away because remember, in my video from a while back, you can save and use almost anything. So you're just going to line your boards up. Make sure you either have newspaper down or some type of mat. I bought this mat from the Dollar Tree, and all I do is I use it to paint with because you can take and clean it once you're done. And you can use it over and over and over again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to prepare and we're going to open up our paint. And because I know paint is on the lid a little bit, I just wipe it up here. Let's put this over here out of the way. This is my first opening with the plaster paint. Waverly chalk paint is really good. It doesn't take much to cover. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover our signs. And you can do another coat if you're not satisfied with the first coat, which is probably what I would do because usually I do 2 coats anyway. But the reason why I'm using a sponge, and that's really up to you, what your preference is because I don't like a lot of streaks from which the paintbrush can sometimes leave. And the sponge holds a lot more paint, and you can get a lot more even strokes and cover a lot more bases with the sponge. So we're going to go ahead and get these painted up. And then, of course, they have to dry. My suggestion is, if you don't have a fan, that you at least let it dry for at least 2 or 3 hours. And the good thing about Waverly chalk paint, it doesn't take long to dry at all. But at least let your paint set and cure for about an hour, so that when you get ready to do your next step, you won't run into any problems. So over here, I'm going over to the next board, and I'm going to get this nice and covered with Waverly's plaster paint. Now, the plaster paint is almost like a cream color. It's not as white as the ivory. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a nice cream type color. So plaster is what is good for this project. I saw this project and I thought it would be nice to bring it to you. I will leave in the description box down below the original designer of this project. I do not take credit for this design. I'm just going to add my own little twist and colors to it. You can choose whatever color you like. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever you like, that you can choose your own color. So now that we have finished painting, I'm going to let this dry and we're going to go on to our next step. Now that we've finished painting, we'll set that over there and we'll go to our next step. And what we'll do is we'll just move these over to the side. I'll set them right on top of my quick cut. It's not going to bother anybody. And go to the next step. Now, like I was saying, we need the basket that's on the inside. So what you need to do is you need to clip this with your scissors and it untwines right off. So I'm going to do this to 2 baskets. Take this off right here. And as you can see, it'll come right off. Like it's no all you have to do is snip it. If you get stuck in a place, just cut it. You can use wire cutters, you can use scissors, you can use whatever you want to snap it off. Because it will come right off. Because it's basically just intertwined in here. And these little eggs, and it pulls apart like this so you can take these eggs out. Now they have these little things in the middle. And so what we need to do with all of these little things that are sticking out here, we need to clip those off. So I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm just going to clip off these little notches here. Because we really don't need those for what we're going to do. So we'll just cut them off. So today is a beautiful day out. I went out for a few minutes because I am getting me a new little friend. I am getting me a bird. I had a cockatiel years ago, and I taught him, well, my mother taught him how to talk. He would say one special thing, and unfortunately, he one day I opened up the door and he got away. Well, I found someone that hand breeds them. I don't like to buy from the pet store, so I found somebody that hand breeds them, and I am waiting for him to get his, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy yet. She's going to let me know, but he hasn't gotten all his feathers and stuff yet, and I'm so excited about that. And so what we're going to do this to both baskets so that we can move on to how we're going to wrap the basket. Okay, so we've got our baskets prepared and ready to go. So the next thing you're going to use is this decorative nautical rope. It's like twine. And I did get this from the Dollar Tree. You know I'm a DIY Dollar Tree person. But it doesn't matter. Walmart sells it as well. And we're going to cut this off of here. And so I'm going to reach over here and I'm just going to plug my glue gun up because I don't have that hot and ready. And we do need to have our glue gun nice and hot and ready to go because we're going to be using it quite a bit on this project. Okay, so now what you need to do is this is really, really thick. And so what you're going to do is it just has a piece of tape around it. So you're just going to take that tape from around it and you're going to unplait it. So let me see if I can get this other piece of tape from around it. And you're going to unplait it. It's just twisted together. And when you're finished, you're going to have 3 long strands. So what you're going to do is you're going to untwist it. Because you don't need it that thick on these baskets. Because these are just little baskets. So you're going to untwist it. And as you can see, my plates are dry. They're nice and dry now. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but you can see like some little streaks. I think I'm going to put a second coat on mine. You don't have to. It's just a personal preference of what you want to do. And so I don't want to see those light spots as though I missed something when I was painting. So see, as you can see, I'm untwisting this, and you're going to have 3 long strips when you're done twisting to use on your basket. So we've cut off our little notches on our basket, and so now we're going to secure the basket just a little bit with some hot glue. So we're going to put a little bit here and press down on it. And of course we're going to do the other side as well to make sure that we're nice and secure here and we're going to stay put together. And then we need to they already have snap holes, but you're just going to put a little glue to secure it to make sure that it stays. Okay, we've untwisted our jute cord, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of glue here, attach our jute cord to it, and you guessed it. Yes, you're absolutely right. We're going to wrap the jute cord around the handle. And I guess it's particularly up to you. If you don't want to use jute cord, you can use whatever you want to use. So we're going to take some time and we're going to wrap this. I see this thing doesn't want to cooperate with me today. Let me try this again. Sometimes you have to repeat a step. Now let me give it a few minutes to maybe dry before I do the jute cord. Okay, so So let's try again. I'm going to cut this part off that I put the glue on. I'll cut that off. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit more glue here. And I'm going to attach the jute cord right there. Please be careful. Of course, you know glue is hot. And you can get burned. I should have on my my finger pads, but I don't, so it'll be all right. I done got burnt so much, I think my fingers are immune to it. And so you're going to take your time, and you're going to twist, and you're going to wrap. Twist so you can keep it nice and tight. You want it nice and tight. You don't want it to be stringy, so you have to twist it, because the jute cord can come loose. So you want to make sure that you keep it nice and tight. So as you're going under, just twist it and just keep going all the way around the handle. Just twist and go. And as you can see, it's wrapping really nice. So make sure you twist it before you wrap it. So you're just twisting it and you're wrapping it around the handle, keeping it nice and tight. And we're going to go all the way around the handle. We're just going to keep going. Keep going. We're going to go all the way till we get to the other side of the handle. We're going to wrap it all the way down till we get to the other side of the handle. So you went to the other side. You have to just make sure that it's secure with glue. You cut it and you glue it down on the other side as well. And I'm using my little finger protector to gather this glue because when it comes out of this gun, it is hot. And then once I get the hotness away from it, then I can work with it myself with my fingers. But just be careful about this glue because this glue is very hot coming out this gun. So your handle should look like this. This is what your handle should look like. And you're also going to do your other basket the same way. Once you get the handle done, you're going to take what you have left and you're going to do the rim part of your basket. So just put a little bit of glue up here to secure it so it won't keep raveling away from you. Just twist it. And this time we're going to go through the little slots on the end. So just add a little glue because you have to have a starting point. And you just go through the little loops, which this one is going to be a little bit more time consuming because you have to push it through the loops, but it's still the same concept as when you were doing the handle. You just have to get your jute twine through here in order to get it started. So I'm going to use a pair of scissors to help me push this through here. And then once I get it through, I can just pull the rest of it through and start wrapping. I also wanted to mention that I added a second coat of paint to my plaits because, and now you can tell the difference that there's no like white streaks here. And I'm letting those dry a little bit because as you can see, I got paint on my hands so that I know that it still needs to marinate for a little bit before I go on to the next step with that. But in the meantime, like I said, here we go. I've pulled it through, and then you just start wrapping. And like I said, this part right here will be a lot more time consuming, but it's really okay. This is just the tight end of the basket. Once you get to the bigger part of it, the big loops, then you won't have that to worry about because it'll all be done. You know, then you can go right through and you can feed it right through. It's not even going to be a big issue once you get it through that through the little part where you start at. Then you will just keep pulling it through, and you will just keep wrapping, and you're going to repeat this process on the second basket as well. So once we finish this step, we'll move on to what comes next. So let's continue to wrap our basket on the edge. And just make sure you pull it and secure it and twist it tight so it won't unravel on you. And as you can see, I'm wrapping the edge of the basket. Okay, we've done the top. Now we have to work on the bottom half. And it's done exactly the same way. You just take it through the loops. And just keep your twine short, and that way you won't have to worry about taking a lot through. You know what I mean? Just keep it, just cut it like I did. I cut some of it off of this long piece so that I wouldn't have a lot to be trying to work with. Because this is some really, really thick nautical cord, so working with it can sometimes be like really, really hectic. So that's why I say just cut it, because you can always glue to it. You can glue and add to it if you didn't cut enough. So all I'm doing is going through the bottom half. And like I said, this is not my creation. I will leave her link down below so you can check her channel out as well. That's what we crafters do. We just help each other along the way. Her name is Nathalie, and she's more into the rustic type, farmhouse type crafting. And because my fiance's house has a lot of wood burnish things in it, I'll do this for his bathroom. Okay, so now you just want to take a little bit of glue, put it on the bottom, and just fold this over and hold it just a little bit. Remember to watch it because it's hot. The glue does get hot. and just cut it off. And make sure all your little strands is glued down and not standing up just by holding it. And this is what your basket should look like. It's all nice and wrapped from the top to the bottom. So remember, we have 2 to do. So I'm going to work on this one and go to the next step. You see that my board is nice and painted now. I've painted it. It's nice and painted. And what we're going to do, we're going to use our ruler that we needed to mark 1-inch lines, okay? So let me get a pencil over here, because I usually have one. I have 2 craft tables, so if I'm moving around a little bit, it's okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to move this glue gun before my tail get burned. And so what we're going to do is we're lining up our ruler, and we're just going to mark 1-inch increments, like 1-inch marks on the board. And I'll pick this up and show it to you. 1-inch marks on the board. And then you're going to take your ruler. Let's see if I can come in a little bit closer for you. And you're going to line it up. And it's going to make it look like it's a board that's been put together. Just move it over to the next line. And don't worry if it comes off not a little perfect or whatever. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Because when you get like boarded items, sometimes they're not perfect. So it's okay. It really, really is. It's okay. Now we're going to do this to both boards. And so I'm just going to move my ruler up so I can draw this all the way to the top of the board. All the way to the top of the board. Let's try this again because my pencil lead went in. And you have to be able to see the line. And if you want to make your lines darker, you can use your Sharpie and go over them. That's just, it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. It's up to you. And if you just want the pencil mark, that's fine too. And myself, I will probably get the, I'll probably use the Sharpie to bring out so it can bring out a deeper definition of the lines. Here are the lines. And we're going to also do this one the same exact way. Now, it doesn't matter where you mark the 1/2 inches because you're going to draw lines anyway. So if you mark them at the top and the middle, it really doesn't matter. Because what matters is the long lines. That's it. That's all that matters is the long line. So just make sure that okay, so on this board, what is going to happen is you're going to connect your basket that you wrapped to the board. You would also need either some vinyl from your Cricut. You could cut it, or you can use the rub-off letters. And here I have Let Go and Let God. So these are the ones that I'm going to put on my board. And I did that just to save time. I could have cut it on my Cricut because I love my Cricut. But when you're doing YouTube videos, sometimes you have to save time because you don't want to bore people out by doing a whole lot. So Um, I'm going to simplify it, but you don't have to. You can put any wording that you want on your project. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to put on it is fine. Okay, so now let's work on our board. Okay, now we have our lines all drawn on both boards. And we have both of our baskets, remember, done with the twine cord. Okay, so now we're going to use what we call a stencil brush. And the stencil brush I am going to take and I'm going to use Waverly truffle. And I'm going to make it look like an antique, like a rustic type appearance. So let me open this because, of course, I just bought this. And I haven't used it yet because I bought it specifically for this project. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab around the edges. Just dab around the edges and up on the board just to give it that kind of rustic type look, as though it's old, as they would say. And just gonna brush it. It doesn't have to be done a certain way. You know, everybody's like imperfection. Do it like this. No, just brush it. And this is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be like a real type rusted looking. It doesn't take much. It makes it look like a wood burn. That's what you're trying to do. Make it look like a wood burn. My light, I'm trying not to get this glare going on here so you can see it. That can go in the trash. We're going to dip it again just a little bit. You don't need much. Just dip the brush a little bit and then swipe off the paint and just go along the sides. Let's do the sides first. And then we can just go down each line. And I didn't even use the Sharpie like I was going to use because it's no need. The pencil marks make it look even better. So there you have it. You've did a little rusting or rustic, as they say. Giving it like a farmhouse look of oldness. And so your two boards should look like this on both sides. Now let's close this up. And let's go back to our baskets. Now what you're going to do, the ribbon of your choice, whatever you choose to use, just have it so you can connect it around the basket. So what you should do is just put a little bit of glue around the basket so it can connect. That's all you're trying to do. You want to connect it underneath of the rope. Right underneath, like so. Okay? And this is burlap ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. And it has 9 feet. So that's 3 yards of ribbon on it. 3 yards of ribbon, which is plenty for this project. Plenty, plenty, plenty. So you're going to make sure that it's connected all the way around. I'm looking for my poor little scissors here. So you're going to cut this ribbon here. Just cut it. Put a little glue to hold it down. And then you're going to take another piece. You're going to do this twice on the top. Do it twice on the top for the thickness, because you don't want to be able to see the basket through here. So again, you're just going to glue it. Just a little glue to start it off with, so that you'll make sure that it's sticking. I'm getting glue all over my fingers. Untwist this. And you're going to wrap it around again. And then once you have it around one more time, of course, you're going to cut it. Put a little glue so that it stays stationary. And then press it down. And I'm going to put on my little glue tip. Finger protector. This is a finger protector so I won't burn my hand. I'm so tired of burning my fingers. But as crafters, you're going to suffer a few burns. You're going to suffer a few burns. So this is what your top part will look like. Now you see these ends are sticking out. So what you're going to do for that is you're going to cut up a little bit on the side, just a little. And you're going to glue one side over top of the other to make it tight. So hold it down just a little. Just like that. And then you go over and you do the other side the same way. Just cut up the side a little bit. And you do it the same way. Put a little glue. And then you hold down on it so that the glue will seal. And then you're going to take one more piece and you're going to wrap it around. And you're going to glue it to the back. Cut it. And this project is really, really easy. Like, it really is. There's not much to this project. I think the most time-consuming part is wrapping the handle of this basket with the twine. That's probably the most time-consuming part of this project. Okay, since my fiance's living room is green, I bought some green burlap. Uh-oh. Green burlap ribbon. Like I said, you can use any color that you may want to use. I'm just going to cut this off. My little trash can is over that side, so I'm balling up trash. I'm balling up trash, sitting it on this table, and then at the end of this project, I'll clean it up. So you're going to take your ribbon of your choice, of your color, and you're going to put it in the middle. And again, with your faithful glue gun, you're going to glue it down. What would we do without the glue gun? I'm going to tell you. A lot of projects wouldn't be completed without it. Then you're going to cut it. And seal it over. And so make sure you pull it tight because you don't want it to be, make sure you pull it tight. And then if you have to cut off a little bit more so it won't be hanging over to the other side, you can do that. That's cool. Because you want to make sure this is nice and tight. So you just pull it tight and hold it down for a few minutes. A little bit up here. Hold it down. And so you're going to do both baskets the same way. And then I'll come back and show you what goes in the middle here and then what goes on the bottom. Sorry guys, I had to get my glue gun together. I apologize for that interruption. So what you see here is we're going to have to, before we get to our boards, we're going to glue down this center ribbon. Hopefully my glue gun is ready to go, and it is. It must have came out the plug. Okay, please watch the glue gun. Like I say in all my videos, it is very, very hot. So, you know, just tap it down, and then when the temperature gets right where you can put your fingers on it, then you can go ahead and do that. Okay? And so now we're going to add a bow to it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I took this is about a 4-inch piece, and I flapped it over like this and like this. And then what you do is you pinch it together. And then you're going to take some of this jute cord that you use for your basket, and you're going to secure your bow with it. And you can wrap it around a couple of times. Maybe 3 times would be good enough. Put a little glue here. And again, you guys, this creation, although I've added my own colors and my own twists, it comes from Miss Nathalie Creates Crafts. And you should check out her YouTube page as well. She deals in a lot of rustic farmhouse type look. Very beautiful work. I must make that disclaimer. I saw this ideal and I decided to bring it to my viewers as well. But this is her design, and she does great work. So now what you need to do is you need to put a little glue on the back, and you secure your bow in the middle of your basket. Hold it down for a few shakes, few ticks. Hold it down. So that the glue will dry. You might even want to press in the back of the basket and hold it a little bit. Fluff out your little bow. And this has a hole in the bottom. And so what I did was I cut a piece of little burlap here. And I'm going to take and glue this around here. And I'm just going to place it on the bottom. That way, whatever you decide to put in the top of the basket, it won't fall through, whether it's flowers or whatever you decide to do, okay? And so that completes your first basket. Okay, and I'm going to set that over there. Here's my second bow. I'm going to do the same thing. Wrap this probably about 3 times around. I'm just going to put a little glue here to secure the start so it won't be coming up, you know. And I'm just going to wrap it around 3 times. Cut it off. And I'm going to glue it too. And as you can see, I've put my flowers in it. It can be any kind of flower you want. And then I'm going to glue the back of this to my basket. And just hold it down and press it down so that it will be done. Just hold it for a few minutes. And of course, my favorite color is yellow. So I seen these little yellow flowers in the Dollar Tree, and I thought that they would be really cute inside this basket. Okay, so I'm going to lay that on the side. And of course, you know we finished doing our basket. And what I have here is those peel-off sayings. And so I decided that I wanted to do these. It says, let go and let God. We've heard that saying so much in our life, how we need to let go of things and let God handle them. So that is what I decided to put on my 2 plaques. You can put any wording you want to use. Usually you can find these. People put them on their walls. They put them on their bathroom walls, bedroom walls. You can find these in the Dollar Tree. You can find them in Walmart. You can find them almost anywhere. You can cut it with the silhouette if you want to on vinyl. You can use sticker letters, whatever your preference is to make it work is fine. So now what I'm going to do is I love this burlap paper that I got from Joann's right here. And I've been using a lot of it because my fiance's house is wood grain. So this works out perfect. And unfortunately, you guys, I'm going to have to look this up. And I'll leave the link down in the description box along with Nathalie's YouTube link. So you can go on and watch her. And I'll leave the materials down in the description box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut strips of these. And I am going to go around my plaque. And this idea actually just came to me, believe it or not, because I thought that this would look super, 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 super cool doing it like this. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put strips around and cut off the excess to make it look neat. You don't want to And yes, this is burlap paper. And when I saw this burlap paper, I was so ecstatic because I had been looking for some for quite a while. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh wow, this is great. So I'm gonna go up here at the top and I'm gonna put my top here, top piece. And it's probably best to turn it over so you can see where to cut it at. And then I'm going to do this on my bottom piece. Let's put this under here. And this worked out perfectly well. And so now I just use the grade line to cut it so I can make sure that I'm cutting it straight. You can even have used jute cord if you wanted to. You could have used this right here and went around if you wanted to, which would have been really, really cute too. But, and you know what? Maybe, let me see, maybe, just maybe, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. A change of plans, everybody. A change of plans. Let's see how this jute cord will look. Oh, now that looks spectacular there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this jute cord to outline our... Now, you don't have to do this. You can leave it just like you painted it if you want to. You know, I just want to add my own twist to this. And I love this jute cord. It is so unique. And it's like a twisted braid. And like I said, it works perfect with the decor that I'm working with. So that's a good thing because this works out perfectly. So we're just going to go all the way around the board. All the way around. Make sure you hold it in place for a few minutes so the glue can catch it. Because this is very, very heavy rope. And as you can see, I'm trying to cover up where I had put the paper. But this is so thick that it works. So, that's a good thing. That's a crafter for you. Change in the midst of everything. Because I don't write out no steps. I don't, you know, plan nothing. I just go with it. Whatever I'm doing at that moment. If it works, it works. If I change my mind, I change my mind. But there's no need of being like you're perfect in front of people. I mean, a crafter is a crafter. You're going to change your mind in the midst of a decision anyway. So that can happen anytime. And I needed my big scissors for this jute cord because it is thick. So let me step over here a minute and get my thick scissors to cut this. Those are my ribbon scissors. I don't even know why I tried. I don't even know why I tried. And this is what it'll look like, you guys, when you get it all done. The jute cord is around. Okay? And then you will secure your basket. which means you'll just put lots of glue back here to make sure it sticks. You want to make sure that when you set it up, it won't fall away from there. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to get my ribbon. And I'm going to cut about a 10-inch piece. Let me get my ruler because I'm not over there by my mat. So I'll put my ruler down and I'll measure 10 inches. Let me turn it around this way. Let me go beyond the part that's cut. About 10 inches right here. And then I'll cut like a 7.5-inch piece. For my tails. And what you're going to do is you're again going to fold and fold your 10-inch piece. You're going to smush it together. Just grab it. Try to make sure that your loops are kind of even, I guess I should say. And you're going to take your jute cord, which is here. And again, you're going to use it to wrap around your bow. Well, first of all, you're going to take this piece here, squinch it together, fold it down, and try to make sure, like I have to adjust it because it wasn't in the middle. So you're going to hook it together. And this requires finger work. And my wrists have been bothering me because I have carpal tunnel and I had surgery years ago and it's starting to bother me. So I'm thinking about getting me a bow maker. I have to get something that's going to help me with these bows because squinching them like that is just, sometimes it's very hectic on my hands. And so what you want to do is you want to twist it around, wrap the jute cord around your bow and your tails. And you can always straighten it out when after you have gotten it wrapped around, and then you wrap it. I'll probably just wrap it twice. There's no need to wrap it 3 and 4 times. Twice should be good enough. And then you cut it off. Put a little glue to secure it down. Be careful. Glue is hot, remember? And then I'm going to cut off this little piece that's hanging here. I don't know why it's hanging. And then you can take and fold this so you can get a little indentation in your bow. Just cut away from it. And then the little hole that you have here, you can secure that bow right over top of that. And because I have my words there, I think I'm going to go a little bit lower with my tails. That way you'll be able to see my words a little bit better. So you're going to take and you're going to put glue back here. And you're going to stick it right here. And just hold it down for a few minutes. Trying to get this glue off my fingers, guys. And this is your finished product. Here it is. Let me scoop back some so you can see it. This is your finished product. And what I'm going to do to hang it is I'm going to put some jute cord up here to hang it with. What I might do is have my fiance use his staple gun and put 2 staples back here. But this is how it should look, everybody. This is your finished product. It's very beautiful. And so now we will work on the next one, which is this one. And I'll be back. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish up this last one here. Okay. That's the row. Okay, and then I'm going to take some jute cord here, and I'm going to make 2 hangers on the back. I was going to have my fiance staple it, but it's no need to do that. So I'm going to just set this down here, and I'm going to glue. I'm going to keep the jute cord kind of thick. I think it's better that way if I do that, because this is kind of like heavy, and I'm not going to make it that big. Matter of fact, I don't even think I'm going to use this jute cord. I have some thinner cord that I can use right here. This is almost like that cord that I was just using. Cut it off. I'm going to tie a knot in it at the end. Tie it together like this. Tie another knot in this end. And I'm going to put a dab of glue back here. It's hot. Put a dab of glue over here. And place this here. I'm going to let the glue kind of get not so hot so I can put my finger on it to get it mashed in with the glue. My finger guards are over there somewhere. And sometimes what I do is I take and I put a piece of burlap paper to secure it. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get my burlap paper. So I'm going to step away from the camera for just a minute. And I'm just going to cut a square to go on the back of this. Just a little piece. Cut that in half. Put a little glue. Secure it. Put a little glue around the square. Secure it. And there you have it. There's your hanger. I'll lay that one over there and do the next one for you all. Trying to get all my trash out of the way. Again, we're going to take some of this thin jute cord. I didn't use the heavy stuff. I just used this thin stuff here because it works just as well, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you can use jute cord, you can use string, but just make sure you double secure it like this. That way you don't have to fret about it coming apart. And so I'm going to cut a little bit more of this off so it won't be so long. Put that back in my drawer. Tie a knot here. Tie a knot here. On this side. Get my little burlap paper ready. Cut off a little piece. Let me put that on the side there. Cut it in half. Put a little dab here and a little dab here. Stick your hanger there. Put a little glue on your covering. And this way you can hold it down without touching the glue. The glue, you can do it without touching the glue because you have this little secure piece to help you. And just press down. And there you have it, your little hanger. Okay, friends, and there you have it, your 2 wall hangings. And there you have it. They're all nice and done. Let go and let God. Thank you for joining in. I'm so glad you came. Please remember to look down in the description box for the links that I'm going to leave you, especially for Nathalie Creates Crafts, which is her design, but I put my own twist to it. Please give her much props, thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me some comments down at the bottom of my YouTube channel, and put the notification bell if you want notifications when I post. Thank you for joining me, and I hope everybody stays well and blessed. God bless you, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.